company is BlackSeriesEdition.com. This is that insane screen paint. This is our final and last product, as I said before. We really don't got an interest in making anything else. I mean, right now we got the exotics. Right now, they're part of Crystal Ridge Technology, and they're going to have their own site by themselves, our own company by themselves. They may be separate from Crystal Ridge. I don't know about that yet. But right now we have the Black Series. So we've been showing up all these test demonstrations. We got a website dedicated to the Black Series. We have on the website dedicated pages for 1,000 projectors, ultra short throw projectors, certified tests, white level tests, black level tests, all that other stuff. We just show up everything for everybody to see. And as you can see by checking out our websites, that we do stuff that other screen paint websites do not do at the other day, or maybe some certifieds out there too also. Maybe doing the same stuff. I don't know. But anyway, as you notice, we don't use any high-end, high-powered, expensive projectors, no calibrating, or none of that nonsense, and our environments are fully lit. So, this is a challenge we're putting out to everybody, not just to screen paint mixes, to certified. This is a call out. I figure once we got to the point where we got this stuff to a level where bottom line is nothing could touch it, well, now we can start making the shout outs, which means we have officially put out a challenge for everybody. Now, the big companies at the end of the day really don't care because they're making their money. It doesn't really bother them unless I start cutting into their profits, and then it can be a problem for them. But other than that, they really don't care. But just to put it out there so you're not being left out, everybody. See that sunlight pushing in on my screen right there? Yeah, we don't use them in direct sunlight, but it just shows you how much light the screen's going to be taking in right now in a few minutes. And I am so happy about this part because we got sunlight pushing in all around the house, which is fantastic. So, how advanced is our technology? Well, the technology that we have before you was developed in less than by about 20 minutes. 20 minutes of development. And that's it. That's all it takes us. Sorry about that. That's all it takes us to be able to design a screen because I said before, all my technology comes from God. So we can basically develop technology in 20 minutes and it does this. So our challenge is to everyone. We want you to match the exact same environment that we're using, which means you're going to be in a ton of light. Well, it could be worse. You could be in the max out zone. That area down there is freaking a monster. So as you can see, if you look at my windows here, we have no curtains. Blinds are pulled all the way up. There's no bookcases, nothing blocking. See how the light is passing through with no problem? This is what you're going to have to be able to show. We don't want to see any blinds. No, well, some people can't help because they got awnings built in. But again, lift them all the way up. Bookcases, get them out of the way. If you're saying your product is supposed to be the best of the best, and you guys are supposed to be kings and whatever, you got to be able to back it up. Certified screens, yeah, I saw that demonstration on the Elite screen, and the two windows with the projector in the middle, and no one swung the camera around so I can see what was going on behind the back because I was hoping there'd be windows back there. It would be kind of nice because the two windows here are not going to affect the screen unless they're going to come out this way and turn and then go back into the screen, which is virtually impossible. So I was kind of hoping they would turn that camera around. I've been quite impressed. But I did notice that the window on the far end was blocked. So anyway, this is just a short video we're going to do. I'm going to show you what you have to do. Now, I know those of you who make those gray screen paint products, you're thinking at the end of the day, I'm just going to splash some pretty colors on the screen. No, you will be doing contrast levels, a lot of contrast levels. You will match my same demonstration here. I will put the links at the bottom where I got everything at, and you can go from there. This is not going to go well. But anyway, should we do this with certified? This would make it hard. I'm trying to figure a way how we can do this where it's not going to be too difficult for them. If we break out the certified screens, that is going to be very hard for them. They're not going to be able to do that. All right, we'll make it simple. Well, that definitely would be hard for them too. All right, so us having a darker screen, we should have a harder time producing a white level. They would have to produce a contrast level. Oh, man, it's still too easy. Well, not for them, but for us. Well, you just have to match the demonstration, that's all. So let me get myself I need certified screens out here and some white screens.
with the Wawa app and get 15 cents off per gallon. It's so easy. Just select your pump and pay in the app.
Trying to figure out the proper way to do this and go about this. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to put you through the same test our screens have to go through. So that right there, this is certifies right there. That's one of them. Let's see, I need to do this guy. Thank you. All right, we have a Dark Star 9, 0.9 gain. Now, the challenge is going to be around for a while, so I'm not going to go looking and all that stuff because I don't have time. I'm really busy. But you got plenty of time to grab the sample sheets. You pick those up. That you can do. The sample sheets aren't hard to get. And this is a challenge you're going to put up for 1 month. It's up here nicely. So you got 2 certified screens up here. We've got to add a gray screen in there. We got Network Gray 773. That's going to be a heartbreaker for some people. Click on it. Add it in the Network Gray 773. Now, that right there is going to be a nightmare for some of y'all. As I said before, the Network Gray 773 comes very close to matching a lot of great products out there. That's going to test you right there. It's really going to test you. But it has to be put up there, because if you're going to compare yourself to us, you got to go through what we got to go through every day. Now, I can't express this enough. I do not want to see hiccups, bumps in the road. You have to mimic the exact same thing we're doing here. You have to be in the same amount of lighting. I don't care if you use 5,000. I don't care if you use 6,000, 7,000, 10,000. It doesn't make a difference. You can't use ultra short throw, and I'll tell you why. Because the 2 certified gunmetal screens don't work with ultra short throw. So those who have ultra short throw projectors that you think at the end of the day that you're going to be using, guess what? They just got canceled. Because you can't use an ultra short throw projector on a Dark Star 9 or either the daylight screens because they're not ultra short throw compatible, which means you'll have to use a long throw projector. Good luck. And that's the thing about basically wearing the favorite pair of shoes scenario. That if you keep using the same projector over and over again, if a challenge pops up, you have to swap a projector out, you're in trouble. Yeah, there you go. White sheet of paper. We got two up here, right? Yeah, it's right over here. All right, so we got gray and silver string too while we're at it. This is my silver. So you got silver, 2 certified screens, gray screen, white screen. You got everything up there. Now you know where I like to go to. I like to go to my colors. Let's go over to, let's see. Red screen. Red screen. That's what you're going to have to be to do. You're going to have to outperform all that. So it shouldn't be that hard to do, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. You know, there's some ladies out there developing screens also too. I don't know. And you're going to have to do that in all that window light. Let me put my charger back in. All right, let's go pick up another screen. Now, the reason why we put these challenges out here like this, because again, at the end of the day, we get some individuals that like to talk a lot of nonsense about how their products are this, that, and the other, and yet these individuals are always stuck in these dark environments doing the exact same thing every time. They talk about their products being so good, but okay, simple. You have to match what we're doing. You need, you got about a month, so you have, and I'm not going to go check. I don't got time. I'm busy. This is up to you to do this. So you have white screen, network grade 773. That alone is going to cause a lot of them to back out. That right there is going to be a problem for them. 2 certified screens here and here. And then over here we have a white sheet of paper right here, a white surface right there, and we have a silver screen right over there. All right, so let's keep this short and sweet because I got things to do. Just gonna blow through this real quick. These are the stuff we do. This is a test we run every day, so it's nothing new for us. Slow color change out.
Screen on. Mic 1, mic 2. Goldilocks, Sweet 15. Got your ears on?
Goldie what?
So I'm gonna do first slow color change out. See which one of the screens are pulling proper color and all this light. I need to back up a little bit. There we go. Well, the hurt piece is going to be the contrast. That is going to be the hurt piece. Okay. Let's go switch over to 4K Snow screensavers. Show where our white levels stand at. right there is black fabric. Just to show you that we'll get the other things up there if we want against our own screen. Not going to match. Let's go over here. And like I said, you got a month. Give you 2 months. Give you 3 months if you need it. The reason why we do these demonstrations is because I said it cuts down on a lot of the nonsense and people running their mouths too much. This is why we have our test demonstrations displayed on our website, to be to show our products and how they work. Now you see that black strip we have in there? That's a black surface that does not have the ability to see or understand white light. That's where we don't want our screens to pick up at. Where in the surfaces that you are seeing, that you're saying, wow, they're picking up a very good white level. That's a bad sign. Because that means the white levels are literally so high, they can't see color or contrast. Now let's go back again to our, is there still color change over here? Color change our fast mode. No, we don't need that today. And we need to be going through that. It has to maintain a balance in the white levels. So if contrast is too high, you end up with a screen that can't see white light, it can't register, and it comes up too dark. It's unwatchable. If your screen produces too high a white level, you can't see color or contrast. You have to have a balance. And then on top of that, you have to be able to embed ambient light rejection technology into it to give the screen to be able to see all that in a fully lit environment. It has to be able to absorb light at the same time and also push out light at the same time. Now let's go over to our, perfect example. This is a perfect example. We got the
Will an entrepreneur set the trend in
fireplace
ethical
display.
fashion?
Come on, let's get to that fireplace. Now you see how beautiful the color comes up? In order for that technology to be able to read that beautiful, bright, vivid color, it has to be able to read white light. But also, so the color can remain dark and rich and have a beautiful pop to it, it's got to understand contrast to it at the same time. Where the screens that are producing the higher white levels can't see the color or contrast, but they can pick up the white levels. And the black surface, on the other hand, that's picking up too high of a contrast level, can't see white light, and therefore the color and white levels will suffer. This is what you're going to have to do. Now, mind you, you got the easy part of the challenge. In our demonstrations, we had to do this against 1,000 lumen projectors, ultra short throw projectors, fully lit environments, and the environment that we would use was downstairs, which was a max out zone, which has 10 times more light in this environment, even with the windows open. So pretty much you got it easy compared to what we have to go through with our technology. And this is why we get canceled orders. Because stick your screen in this environment, this alone, yeah, your product would wash out. All right, so let's go pop over to those colors. There we go. Going back to this little color change out.
Ghirardelli Caramel Squares makes life a bite better.
Now, remember I told you about the black surface? Can't understand white light. You can't see white light, you can't see color. Gray screens, gunmetal screens, all the screens we have up there. Gunmetals are going to produce a little better than the gray screens. The gray screens are still having a problem. They can't see contrast and can't see color also. They can maintain a somewhat decent white level. The white surface is going to pull the highest white level, much higher than the gray screen, much more. The gunmetal, all of them up there. The white screen is going to pull the highest screen, but the problem is the white screen, again, generating too much white light will not be able to see color and contrast. And the most important thing is going to be the contrast on your projector, because that's where you sat there and spent that whopping 20,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 2 million to 1 contrast on your projector to end up using it for nothing because it can't see black. So, perfect example. Well, let's go over here to a star field. Let's see what happens. Go to the search. Starfield screensaver. Now you see how those little white stars popping off? The black screen can pull the contrast level, but it can't see the white stars because the contrast level is way too high, and the rest of the screens see nothing. So this is what you're going to have to do. The reason why in your demonstrations now with the certifies, they can explain things to a certain degree because they do know their technology at the end of the day. That they do know. But some of you nayers out there don't know your products. This is why I can come on here and explain it this way and you can't. Only thing you talk about is the color, the contrast, the color, the contrast. Get up, walk over to the screen, all that stuff blocked, light, shadows in the environment. Yeah, those are fake demonstrations. How I explain to you how each screen reacts to the color and shade and the capability, you can't explain that on camera because you don't know what that means. I pretty much should be speaking another language to them because they don't know what they're talking about. And when they're asked to back up these theories that they claim their screens can do, yet there's no test demonstrations, there's nothing displayed on the websites. Gentlemen, what you're seeing here is a basic test. This is nothing. We do this all the time. They're splattered all over our website. We gave you a challenge. We gave you a challenge from a basic demonstration. If I wanted the challenge to be hard, I'll go back into my archives and I'll pull one of those nightmares out of that library and have you do one of them, like a 140-inch screen on an ultra short throw projector outside. Or 180-inch. So with our technology, being able to produce a higher contrast level than the Darkstar 9 and Daylight screens, which are darker screens designed to pull heavier contrast levels, this makes our screen the dominant screen. Which means I can sit here in all this light and watch the stars pull up from my screen and also watch a snowstorm at the same time when they can't transition. Where's that back? Goldfish screensaver, black background. Hardest one to do. This is an absolute nightmare. For somebody else, it's going to be a very, extremely nightmare. And as for the certifies will pick this up. They'll pick it up. They'll stick them against the white wall. You watch, they can pick it up. But they don't pick up 100% black. But they can pick up a darker shade of gray, a very dark shade of gray. Way better than a screen paint mix, way better than a silver screen, better than a white screen, and better than any certified gray screen at the end of the day, or any certified silver screen. That gunmetal would do a better job. Only problem is when it lays against our screen, it doesn't pick up because our screen's black. Now, the purpose of the Goldfish is the fact that on our screen, we have to see it nice, bright, and vivid. See how in case passing pets that black strip? The black strip is pulling up in the same contrast level, but where are the white levels? They're not there. Our screen can see the contrast and the white level at the same time. And the gray screens can see the white level, but they can't see the contrast. Now, I can't explain this enough already about this. If you do attempt to do the demonstration, those who have a habit of opening up doors, your screen physically has to be in the same line that the door is at. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. We don't want to see, hey, my door's open and your screen's way over there. I'm about, look at the lights. No, nothing's hitting it at all. Light's hitting from here or here, but it's not hitting in there. We see that a lot. Window demonstrations. Screens must be in direct line of the window. Now, if you step back here and you'll see, as I step back, you'll see that the window's fully open. See? Plenty of light pushing through. See how our blinds are pushed all the way up? Plenty of light's transferring over. That's how it has to be. There's no bookcases, nothing blocking statues at the top. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to that one. There's an individual who does demonstrations like that. There's statues and all kinds of objects blocking the windows. Oh, man. AK Desired Nature. Now, I was showing contrast levels because this is what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to pull those contrast levels.
Earning a college degree shouldn't take 4 years. With WGU, I can speed up the peak.
Now, the reason why we have to pick out the contrast levels because they will go in and pick out contrast levels that have majority of more color and more white levels and very little contrast. No, you'll be picking up solid black levels. That's what you'll be picking up.
Hey, if we want to build the future, we're gonna need some things.
Journey safer.
Nope, we're not doing that.
What's with all the creepy characters?
Just my old insurance choice is haunting me.
Real country style ribs on an Arby's sandwich.
Now, you'll notice in the demonstration, you will see how the black strip picks up a contrast level, but it can't maintain color because it can't pick up the gold. And as you can see with the other screens, it certifies they're not picking up a 100% black level. White screen definitely can't pick it up. Silver screen can't pick it up. Network grade 773 can't pick it up, and our screen picks it up. Now, if you feel you don't want to do the challenge, hey, no problem at all. Those of you who have a habit of bragging and claiming your products are the best, well, there's ones for you. Now, because we have a black surface laying against our screen, you're going to have a gray surface laying against your screen. Well, that's what the network grade 773 is for. Because to make it fair, when I put the network grade 773, some people are going to say, well, that's not fair because, it's just like they got to match their screen. Well, they should be doing it anyway. There's no excuses. But they got to match their screen against next to a gray screen. Well, that's why we got that black strip up there. Always keep things even. And if you're curious about our black on black demonstrations, hey, go to the website. You'll see tons of demonstrations. Go to theirs, you'll see nothing. And this is a challenge, like I said, to everybody. Certifies, I don't care who you are at the end of the day. It's toward everybody. If you don't want to do it, that's your business. Don't care. Not even going to look into it. We don't got time to go into your YouTube channel. We don't got time for none of that nonsense. I got to get back to work after this. It's up to you to do this. But if you haven't done testing on your product, you will not pass it, just so you know. Because you don't know the outcome. And some of you have already made mistakes of overestimating the network grade 773, and it turned out extremely bad for you. So, I'm going to give you a fair warning. If you have not tested your products, if you're used to having your products in dark environments and ambient light controlled environments and all that nonsense, don't go near this. Because this will basically expose your product as being a fake or whatever. It's going to come up pretty bad. So if you haven't tested your products, I would advise you don't go near it. Now, I've seen the other one. What's his name? The Philosopher. Yeah, we call him the Philosopher. He did some, that thing was so fake. Come on, a little cutout screen under the fireplace. We don't do cutout screens under the fireplace over here. We have a 106-inch screen and display. We don't do that. Trying to maintain to ultra short, we don't do that either. If we do a long throw demonstration. And as I said before, we're using a 5,000 lumen projector. So at the end of the day, our screen is not the only screen being hit with 5,000 lumens. Everything's being hit with 5,000 lumens. There's just some color in here too. Oh, that's creepy. I knew somebody like that had a room full of creepy dolls. Oh, great. That's the ticket to run. Run. Sorry, women. But that's just kind of creepy. What was that? Oh yeah, Lorraine and George with the dollar looked like his mother. Yeah. That is super creepy. I knew somebody had a collection of dolls. Yeah. That didn't last long. Like I said, fair warning. If your product has not been properly tested, if you're used to being in ambient light controlled environments, do not go near this demonstration, or this challenge altogether. It's not going to go well. Show you again the surrounding area. Plenty of light coming through the windows. Nice and bright. We do advise you, don't go near it. If you've been making accusations that your product is doing something that it's not doing, it will be exposed. We're in time. All right, let me see what we got for time here. Good, 32, perfect, on the dot. Not 32 on the dot, which I'm talking about. All right, I'm Kenneth Burr from Crystal Edge Technology Screens. This is our Black Series edition. Now, the reason why we do these demonstrations, like I said, because we do get people out there that talk a lot of nonsense about their products being this, that, and the other. And that's not true. They don't have the test demonstrations. The products are not properly tested. They just push these products out on the market. As for certified screens, it's a screen that is tested at the end of the day. It's designed to do exactly what it's designed to do. We're just showing you the comparison of our products next to a certified screen. And as I said before, a certified gunmetal screen is going to be a top dog screen. This is a screen that can easily take out certified gray screens, white screens, silver screens, mid-gauge screens. That screen is going to produce an amazing contrast level, wonderful colors, and beautiful, beautiful white levels. But as I said before, next to our technology is a bit more advanced than the gunmetal screen. As for the other products we have up here, well, like I said, white screen, that's going to pull the worst. That Network Gray 773, which we symbolize as the gray screen paint products, it's going to be a little bit better than the great white screen, but still, it's going to be lacking big time. And then when you get to the, black surface at the end of the day, yeah, again, it can see contrast, just can't see white levels, and it can't see color. That's one of the problems you're going to have. But we do these demonstrations because this is how screen paint should be tested. How does a screen paint compare against a certified? How does it compare against a gray screen such like itself? How does it compare against white screens? And these demonstrations, silver also. And these demonstrations should be done in fully lit environments, not in dark environments. Fully lit environments. This is why when I see these demonstrations with these windows behind people's screens and these windows are blocked, there's poor light pushing through, you got one blind open, one blind shut. No, complete fail. Demonstrations of screens of people saying open it up doors, that's not making any contact unless the screen is physically in the door. Anytime I show a demonstration in that room, I never come to go, oh, look at the window and look at the door light. We don't talk about the door light because it has nothing to do with what's going on in that room. All right, well, with that being said, challenge is up. Knock yourself out. Enjoy. See if you can get it done. All right, gotta go, and God bless.